Hi guys, how are you? Welcome in. My name is Nicole. I'm with Nicole's Recycled Treasures. We are going to finish these keys up. So I don't know how many of you are going to be popping on with me, but feel free to jump in and say hello. If you see the red live button, you are catching me live. If you no longer see that, you are on a replay. Please hit hashtag replay. Let me know that you were here. So we started this board last night. And if you go back to my page, you'll see what the original piece looked like. So what I want to do is finish this up. We have a bit of painting to do. I want to add these. Hi B, how are you, darling? I want to add these Totally Dazzled keys to the other two keys. I think I want to change the color of one of these keys as well. How you doing, honey? So this is what we still have from yesterday. So I think I want to add a different color to this because it's almost too matchy-match with that middle piece. So I think I want to change that up. Hi, Becky. How are you? What are you ladies up to this afternoon? Anything fun? I did went to the at-home store. I got a few cool pieces. I think I grabbed some more of the crowns that I wanted. I grabbed that same crown that I put on that lamp. They had one left, and then they had a bunch of these little ones that I grabbed. Then I found a beautiful board that I think, I don't know, I got a couple ideas for tonight. So we'll see what we end up working with tonight. Because I think I'm still going to go live at 6 this evening. And I don't know, do we want to see like a blingy project? Or do we want to see like a spring project? I think I like this color better. Because it is freezing out there still. I didn't know it was still supposed to be this cold. Thought we were supposed to get a warm up today. It is definitely cold. So we started working on this last night. And like I said, for anybody that's popping on, you can see what it originally looked like. It was still a beautiful, beautiful piece, but we've changed it up. We froze. I had to go out and come back. That's okay. I'm hoping we don't have any problems today. I don't know. I think one day they'll get their act together and we won't be freezing and I'll be able to see comments. You would think they'd have it all together by now, but apparently they don't. Let me know if I keep freezing. If I do, I'll pop off and come back in. I don't think it's my internet. I think I'm good. I got 2 needle felting kits for Christmas. I've never done this, but that's what, oh, that's fun. My daughter, I got her some last Christmas and she did them. She had fun with them. I know a lot of people love doing them. It's not, I don't have the patience for it. I feel like I'm just sitting there and working on some tiny little thing. It drives me insane, but I've seen people do beautiful things with them. I can crochet, I used to, but I don't know, it's not my, I guess it's not my thing. I have made blankets, I've done all that kind of stuff, but I know the felting is a little different, but I bought her a kit that she wanted last year, and she made a ton of cute little stuff. She has the patience to sit there and do stuff like that. She makes dog and cat tags out of resin. She'll put like your name, phone number. She'll custom make them however you want them, different colors and so forth, and cuts everything out on the Cricut, and that's just a lot of patience for me. Hi, Patty, how are you? Doing laundry. Listen, I need someone to come here and do my laundry. That's probably my least favorite thing in the world to do. And you know what I do is, so when I do laundry, you know how I unwrinkle my clothes? Is they go back in the dryer. I drive my husband crazy. Yeah. He's like, can you please just take them out when they're dry and put them away? Nobody got time for that. So I just went to At Home. I didn't even run into Michael's. I forgot my gift card, so I didn't go into Michael's. I said, if I go in there, I'm going to see stuff I want, and I have a gift card sitting at home, and I don't want to spend my money. Hi, Kellyanne. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Sometimes you're sitting here going, do I admit that? But you know what? I'm me, it's me, and it's what I do. We know, bub. Otis is like, Mom, it's your day off. You're not supposed to be on yet. It only has one paragraph of instructions. This should be interesting. Well, I mean, I guess I don't understand how the whole thing works. Isn't it just like kind of, is there a form that goes with it? If my daughter wasn't so scared of the camera, I'd have her come on here and show you, but she won't. I keep telling her, listen, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So I was absolutely terrified to do lives. I still am, so not even gonna lie. So I think I like that color a little better. It doesn't blend and match so much that middle piece. I wanted them to be somewhat the same, but to stand out from each other. I don't mind that it stands out with that detail a little bit, but I like that way. I hang as soon as they get done, but sometimes I get preoccupied. I never hang. I don't hang. I don't. I don't hang. I don't fold. I don't know. I'm horrible. Hi, Angel. We laugh when I feel accomplished after I've done a few loads and they're still sitting in the basket, and then I dry a few loads back up to de-wrinkle, and I get on a kick and I'm like, I gotta put the laundry away. And I do all of my laundry and I wonder why none of it fits in the closet, why I'm out of hangers. And he's like, if you'd stop going to the thrift store and buying more clothes and just use what you have, you'd be good. So I wash as needed, and I forget that, you know, I have a ton more that needs to be washed because I always end up wearing the new stuff. Or thrifted stuff, I should say. Because I'll come home from the thrift store and I get all excited and I wash everything. And then I wear it, and he's like, you already have 1 million of those. Yes, but this one's prettier. Came with a styrofoam ball. Laundry is evil. A wood ball for the head. Okay. I don't know. I feel like when I got my daughter's, it came in this case, and it had all kinds of different felts and little characters that you could make and stuff like that. I don't recall what exactly the kit was. It was a big kit. I ordered it off of Amazon for last year. Hi, Stacy. How are you, darling? Are you out of work? I love this color too. I think this color is much better than the one we had on there. And what's funny is I think it's the same. So this is an antique bronze. Thank you for the hearts, honey. You just got home. It was an antique bronze, and then what's crazy is it's so deco art. Okay, so I had an antique copper. Hi, Jamie. How are you, darling? It's supposed to be Santa. The other's a snowman. Gotcha. So one is deco art and one is folk art, and they're very similar, but they're very different shades. I'm actually loving the deco art color. So this one's gonna get a little blinky on it too. Well, that's just me here 85% of the time. So my boys usually bring me their laundry and I get excited for their laundry. I know my sister says I'm sick. I'll do my kids' laundry, no joke. My own is a whole nother ballgame. I think it's just the mom in us. Stace, was it busy? Stacy works with me, guys, and I was off today, so I'm always curious if we were busy. It gives me a better prep of what I'm looking at tomorrow. Steady. I don't mind housework at all. It's the laundry for me. No joke, it's the laundry. That is my only downfall, is the laundry. I can clean, scrub, vacuum. I vacuum here daily. It's the laundry. The laundry and windows. Not that I have a ton of windows in here, and not that they're big. I just have a little ranch house. But, I don't know, I'm not a window fan. I love to garden, so in the summer I'm out there. But I can't seem to do my garden unless my house is done, so that's the first thing I do when I get up. All right, so I think I like this color, and then I just added another coat, which made it, I love washing clothes, just hate folding, yes. So that just added a deeper kind of look to it. So I think we're gonna let that one dry. So what I wanna do is, I wanna add black to the base of this little one, because I want it to look totally different than the other two, and have it stand out. And we're gonna go over it with, I'm gonna try something new here. So I have this, where did I put it? Has anybody ever used the, is this it? So I have this extreme glitter one and this dragonfly glaze. So I'm going to, so this is from Folk Art 2 and it's black, but it gives off this kind of, and I'm thinking, you know what? This gives off a blue look. This isn't gonna work for this. I'm gonna go with my metallic black. And we're gonna put metallic black on the bottom. And then we're gonna brush a gold over it. And I'm gonna try this extreme glitter over the top of that and see what kind of effect we get from there. First one I do is I need to wax the inside of that key. I have this little gap here that I forgot to wax. So we're gonna stick that Bare Dark wax in there. So I know I'm not on at all anywhere near my usual time, but I wanted to get this done. And then you guys let me know what you want tonight. Do you want to do you love the dragonfly? So I haven't used it much. Now I've used it in some frames that have like the darker angels on it. And I liked it on there, but I haven't used it in anything like this. So I guess I'm a little nervous to do it, but I'm thinking it's gonna give me the wrong effect the more I think about it. Now that I remember once I saw the blue on there. So do you guys wanna do spring tonight? Do you want to do something very blingy and crownish? You let me know. I got a couple ideas floating around in my head. The one's gonna be a bigger project like this. It won't take as long. It's not as much painting. It's gonna be like decoupage paper. But it's gonna have a spring feel to it. And then the other one, I have this crown that I bought that I wanna, well, I was at the at-home store and I fell in love with it. So I was thinking about tearing it apart and redoing it onto a board. I don't do well with the folding of the clothes stays. Most of mine get hung up except for any pants and so forth, but I'm mostly in work clothes or pajamas. And you see me on here and I wear a sweater and leggings. And that's about all I'm in. I have lots and lots and lots of jammies, trust me. So the funny part is those just get shoved into drawers. I probably own more jammies than any person should own. Need a smaller brush to kind of get in here. I could find one. There we go. I'm using my check brush, so I don't want to be too rough with it. And then what I did last night is I went around the edges of that big key with the dark wax so that you didn't see any of the, how you doing, Patty? So you didn't see any white or anything that may have been missed. If you guys could sprinkle me out, I'd sure appreciate it. I know a lot of people aren't used to seeing me on at this time, so. I'm gonna try to get these keys finished, Patty. I don't like having I don't want to start on another one and don't have this one finished. The Santa I had to walk away from for a couple days and then finish it up because that one was not testing me, but I didn't want to make a mistake on it and make myself not like it. So I don't want this black to be perfect because we're going to go over it. I just want to have a dark base underneath. Because I don't necessarily want the key black. I just want it to have a really dark undertone to it. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate you. Thank you, B. Thank you, Patty. You love PJs too? Yeah, who doesn't, right? Gotta love yourself some jammies. Sometimes I wonder if I own more jammies than I do clothes. Actually, I just went and saw my friend Cheryl today, and she got me these bottoms that are so cute. And they're super lined, like with that wool, not wool, but that Sherpa lining. So I'm hoping I don't react to them, but they're gonna be super, super warm. So I'm excited because I'm the biggest freeze baby you'll ever meet. Thank you for the hearts. Great makeover of the original. Hi, Christina. Long time no see. How are you, darling? God, I miss your face. I hope this comes out the way I sort of envisioned it. Like I said, I liked the original. I just wanted to jazz it up. How was your Christmas, Christina? Did you get to see your girls? I hope so. And whatever we don't catch, hello, Joy. How are you, darling? Thank you for popping in. I don't know if you were in here last night. We're redoing this keyboard, or board with keys. I say keyboard, and it sounds like a musical instrument. Thank you for welcoming anybody in here. I appreciate you guys. You guys are always watching out for me. I love it. I always try to say hello to everybody, so if I miss you, don't take it personal. Sometimes I don't see it as it comes past me. I will always go back and answer any questions or say hello after the live. Well, hello in there. Thank you for stopping in. I cannot pronounce your name, darling. Feel free to say hello. Let me know where you're from. I'm going to try to give it a shot. Is it Araceli? I'm sorry if I totally just butchered it. I don't mean to. From Florida. Well, aren't you lucky? I think some of us would rather be in Florida. I'm in Ohio, darling, and it is cold, cold, cold. Welcome in. Thank you for popping in. So we're redoing this. You can find the original on my page. We found this at a Goodwill a while back, and I've been staring it down and wanting to redo it. So we've totally repainted it. I'm doing the last key that's on here now. And we're not leaving it black. I just wanted to have this dark undertone. So this is what we got so far. Oh, you know who's coming in the room, right? He's got to have his time. Nicole, do you watch Judy from Wyatt Whatnot? She is back in the hospital this time with COVID. No. In the 40s. Yeah, that's rough for Florida. Oh, that's awful. I'll have to go back and send her a get well soon, I hope. You do love that? Okay. Guys, for those of you that are new on here, this is Otis. Everybody will joke that we're going to make him do his own page. I go back. I went back last night. Bubby, that's a hot glue. No. Hot glue, dude. Can't have that. Knocking it off. Remember we talked about that big old head? Didn't get you, did it? You can't be stepping on my gems. He wants attention, guys. He's used to getting the attention during the day. At night, he's just chill. Good afternoon, Otis. He's the spoiled baby. Bub, hey, out. Not in there. Come here. Come lay down here. Don't go in my bags. He thinks everything is his. He's going to have his own show one day. Me and my friend Cheryl were laughing about it. She's like, you realize everybody loves him. I'm like, yep, I know. Oh, now he's pushing me. All right, so Bobby, you need to lay down. So we're going to put, I have the other had it sitting right here. There it is. No, that's not it. I had the other key I wanted to put on here. I think my board swallowed it. All right, so we're gonna put gems up in here. Here's the other key. We're sticking right on this one. Otis, now you're gonna get booted out the room. So we're gonna put the bling key right there. And then I have another one we're gonna stick on this black one. This has gotta dry a bit. So what I wanna do is go over this. We're gonna try this black shimmer. We're just gonna give it a shot. Y'all wonder why I wanted Otis to come to your house for a couple days? This would be why. See, you're used to seeing him act all perfect. Now he's gonna sit here and look sad. Let's go over this with a totally different color. I have that bronze. Let's try champagne gold. And he's laying back down. Let's see what happens with this when we put, now this I like. Like I said, the metallic paints dry pretty quick, and that's what I like about using them. And they give a beautiful sheen when you put them together. Oh, that was a little wet there, but that's okay. I like to kind of blend it in anyway. So do we like where that's going? Yeah, he's perfect. All right, Becky. So when we put another coat on there, it'll come out like that champagne-y color. He's perfect, all right. In his little world, he is. Especially this morning, he had me freezing to death because he kept wanting to go in, out, in, out, in, out. Thank you. Thank you. So once I get this all coated, we're going to put some bling right in that top key. So I have these beautiful gems. I get these at Hobby Lobby. And they match the keys that we're putting on here. So I'm just going to put a few on there just to give it a little bit of a pop. I don't want to overload it because I like this kind of old worldish look. But we got to put a little bit of sparkle somewhere. So when we did this, this is all glue molds. So we used, if you weren't on here last night, these were the molds we used from Prima, the redesigned molds. We used these two. And we put 4 pieces up this side. And then we painted those and we did the gold rub and buff on them. And we did this side and this side the same color, same concept, rub and buff on both ends. And then we had the middle white, and then we took the Bare Dark wax to it and rubbed it all in. And I've used all kinds of different paints on all these keys. I wanted that middle key to kind of stand out from these other two. And I wanted them to all kind of match, but not match. All have different depths of color. So I don't want to go too many more coats on this because I feel like it's going to be too shimmery. So I'm just going to And we actually added, I think, 3 different colors on this middle key because that first gold was too much. Then we used the second color and dry brushed it. And then I used the third color, and all my colors were all either deco art or folk art metallics in like all the coppers and bronzes and antique golds. And all I do is just layer color after color to kind of, till I get the effect that I want. So see how it's got a dark undertone? And then that'll dry like almost. Hi Jenny, how are you? Jeannie, I'm sorry. I have so many Jennies and then a Jeannie. So I like that dark, it's got that dark color to it. So I'm gonna put my blower on here just to kind of start the drying process. And you guys, I didn't want to get, so I only did a light coat along the edges of this black because I kind of want that dark undertone to stand out a little bit. And I'll show you what I did last night when I popped off, is I took that wax and went in between everything. So I'll do it between these 2 keys too to blend them in. So if there's anything you missed, like in the edges or tucked in, thank you, Becky. That was kind of what I was hoping for. I loved the original. I just wasn't a fan of that reddish color. Maybe if it was a different, like a rusty or something like that, but I wasn't a huge fan. And I don't want to do any like bling trim or anything on like that on this. I want to kind of leave it. What I might do is I might take some of that antique bronze and just mix it into the champagne key, just a light brush of it. Maybe, if it wants to come out. I don't want to take the color away, I just want to accent it a little bit. I always lose the paint blob on my tray that's right in front of me. How are you, Jeannie? I know I'm usually on later, and you're usually at work, but I wanted to come on and, okay. So see how it, like it was a solid color, but we just took a little bit of paint to it. And that way it sort of all ties together with the other pieces. So remember, these are molds. And then those beautiful corners. So let's pop that dryer on there 1 more second, and this is almost done. I just want to put some of these gems on here, and then we'll put these keys on, and I'll do that wax real quick, and then it's done. And that's a fun little find at the thrift store, I thought. All right, so in an effort to stop losing my keys, because I just showed you the 1 key, right? And I lost it again. You guys, I keep telling you I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. I know I had it sitting right in front of me. Did y'all see where I put it? This is where I want to go back on a replay. Well, we need a little one for right here. I don't want love. Let's do this tiny baby one. I lost the key I wanted to use on here, guys. I can't find it. I think I'm gonna stick that one right up top. We're gonna cut that, so this is that little key. We're just gonna cut, these are from Totally Dazzled. These are the Antique Bronze key set. I need to order some more before they're all gone. And we just cut the top off of that. I am putting this to my right, so when I ask where it's at, this was the one we were originally gonna use in the middle, but we used this big one instead. Right, it's right here. Thank you. Now my question is, do we put these all facing the same way, or do I do this key with the pattern of this? I'm gonna bring you guys down so you can see that and not me. Or do we do it upside down like this is? Because this actually goes this way. So we have this key going that way. We're gonna have this key going that way. Now do I put this key to follow these, or do I go upside down with it? So that when it's the other way, it's turned the right way around. Does that make sense? Keys are to the right. So I think I want to put a little gem right in this middle key. Guys, I got a new glue tool today. I went and saw my friend Cheryl, and she got me a new Sure Bonder glue gun. Upside down. Okay. Upside down. So when you're staring at it this way, you want it upside down, so all three keys are in a row. I guess that's what I should have asked. All three keys facing the same way in a row. No. Okay, I got what you're saying. It was a confusing question, I'm sorry. Or I confused myself, which isn't hard if you watch me. Tweezers. I got your drift, I got it. We're gonna go with the form of the key is what we're gonna do. Trying to open these gems is not fun. So I get to use my new gem pen. I'm so excited. Follow the key direction. Perfect. That's what I was kind of thinking. So I'm going to use B7000. What I want to do is put a little gem right in the middle of this key. So we voted no bling key in the center. I think I gotta... Why is this pen not working? Do I just not know how to use these? We voted no bling key in the center, but we're gonna put one little bling right in that dot. Just so it's got a little bit. And it'll match the other ones. And then what I wanna do, I'm gonna turn this around to me, because we're gonna just put some gems. I think what I wanna do is just put a gem on each one of these. So it's not too much, but just a little bit. I don't want it to be dramatically blingy, but just a pop. Why am I having a hard time with this? Maybe I don't want them on every one. Maybe that'll be too much. We'll put one there, and one right at the top. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Did you just get out of work too? Hi, Mr. Justin. How are you? Okay, so now my nerves just went through the roof. How are you doing? So now I can hide the red in my face, right? So what do you guys think? So I put a jewel here, here, and here. Should I go here and here? Yeah. I think I don't like them right on the inside of the keys. So we'll do one right center there and one center there. Hi, Grace. How are you? Thank you for coming in. So Justin, we found this at, one of your favorite places to shop, which is Goodwill. I have the original picture on my page, and we totally redid it. Can we see the bling on there? Just a little bit. And then we're gonna stick these keys on here. So what I wanna do first is take that wax and go in between these keys really quick. Just along the edges where we wanna blend it in. And it's okay if you go over your paint. You're not gonna hurt it. I want it to have that kind of aged look, so you go anywhere where you couldn't hit with that brush. And just kind of blend it all in and make it look like it was supposed to be there. Thank you for jumping on, Justin. How are you? Yes, thrift shopping, my favorite thing. You realize I have so many thrift stores within just minutes of me. We laugh because I go every day after work to the one, which is right down the road from me. I walk in. It's pretty sad when you walk into Hobby Lobby or the thrift store and they're like, what are you doing today? Or how was work? Or when's your live? This is not my usual time, I told everybody. I usually go more towards 6 o'clock in the evening. So we just went ahead and waxed, just kind of blended in a little bit, where the sides were looking a little funky. So we're gonna put those Totally Dazzled keys on here. And then I think we call her done. What do you guys think? So what I'm thinking is, do we go on the stem? We can't call her done, guys. I want to put a gem on the tip of each of these. So I'm going to go right on the top here. And we're going to go right here. Because as much as we want them different, we want them to kind of all look like they're representing each other, if that makes any sense. So little key is going here. Hi, Kathy, welcome in. Thank you for popping on. We're gonna stick her right there. Use a little B7000 and then just a tiny bit of hot glue, just so it stays on. Justin, when do you leave to go see Miss Jim? I know you guys are supposed to be heading out there. think it's soon, isn't it? Are you even back home yet? Thank you, Kathy. Aw, you're so cute, Bee. Thank you. 12 days. So we like that little key right there. She's a little key, but she's cute. I like her. So then we're going to put the other key going this way. I'm at my dad's till Thursday getting ready to take it. I want to go Goodwill shopping with you. I wish you were closer. Because, you know, I joke. First off, I leave my cart everywhere, and I'm always looking for my cart. So I have to laugh when I watch you. Because you're definitely like... you're definitely like me. Or we're definitely very much alike in that department, I should say. Your cart leaving. I'm always forever losing my cart. Do you ever grab somebody else's cart accidentally? And then you're like, wait, this isn't mine. Where'd mine go? And you walk around realizing you stole someone else's cart that's looking for theirs. So that, and I get that whole, you know how everybody jokes and says, my husband, we joke all the time because he calls it, people call it squirrel. You see something, I know you are. You see something and you're like, ooh, squirrel, and you run the other way. Well, my husband calls it butterfly because, you know, I love butterflies. So he's like, oh, she got butterfly again. She found something pretty. So I'm thinking I like this one up here as opposed to on, but we can actually put a jewel there and put that key there. So we would have fun thrift shopping, promise you. Guys, we know my hands don't work so well. So it'll be 7,000. We're gonna use some hot glue. I got one more gem to put on, and then I think we're calling her quits. So you guys, I will be back on at 6 o'clock tonight. Let me know, do you guys want to see a spring project, or do you guys want to see a very blinged out crown that I'm thinking of sticking onto a board? And we're going to make it rustic but blingy, if that makes sense. I got it while at home today. And I was like, oh, that would be a fun little project. But I also was thinking a fun spring project. So I went the other direction with that one. They're cute little keys. But I want to stick a gem right here after I already put my gems away. Here's a good one. At the grocery store this morning, got distracted in the bread aisle, not paying attention, and grabbed a shopping cart full of bread and left my cart purse related when I was getting some glue. Listen, I am horrible. Did you ever so people get mad at me because I steal their cart. I don't mean to. I just thought I left it next to me and I didn't. I left it 3 aisles over and I stole somebody else's cart. And then when stuff goes on major sale, one day I lost my cart and I couldn't find it. And I realized whatever was in my cart, somebody had taken what I really wanted out because it was just randomly laying there, so they thought it was up for grabs. I was a little upset. I almost followed him around and took it back, but I figured, well, it wasn't worth it. Hi, Deb, how are you? I'm finishing up, finally, the board from last night. I know you guys are all like, why is Nicole on right now? I'm usually working around this time or coming home from working. But I wanted to get her done. I thought, why not? All right, we can do something different, pop on at a different time. Gosh, I'm bad about getting other people's cards. I'm horrible about it. Horrible. And I don't carry a purse, so I'm not a purse kind of person. So I always have my money in my pocket. I don't think we need any more. So it's not like I'm worried about my purse and the keys are looking really good. Thank you. Okay, so I think we are done. So I fell in love with this. And like I said, you can see the finished, or I'm sorry, the original on my page. How do we get that wax up there? It's all right, we'll wipe it on off. You can see what the original one looked like on my page. So we used the redesign, the Prima molds on the side, and that was these ones. And we just did glue molds. So we put those there, and then just mixed a bunch of metallic and chocolate browns, and then used gold rub and buff. And then we did the same here. This I did was white, and then we just waxed it. This is the same thing. These were here, so these are beautiful. Did the rub and buff on there. And we totally changed up the color of the keys, all different metallics. I did black underneath this one. And then just dry brushed a ton of different metallics and golds on it. And we did the Totally Dazzled keys and added some gems. So let me turn it this way. So this is the way it really is supposed to sit. Because some of the keys you're going to see upside down. Do you like it? Hi, Kathy. I didn't even see you pop in here. Do you like it better than before? I loved the original, but I like this. I love anything detailed. So when it's the more scrolls, the more molds, the more ornate, the better. So I like it. When my daughter was about a week old, I thought my mom had the cart with her. I didn't find my mom, but she didn't have her. Oh, that would have made my heart stop. Hope to catch you tonight. Have a good day. You have a good one too, B. Thank you, darling, for popping on. Thank you, Deb. I appreciate it. Becky, right back at you, darling. See you later. Glad to. Oh, thank you. Hope to see you later too, darling. Thank you for coming in. So, okay, that's it. We done. Thank you guys for popping on, especially for it being like pretty much a last minute decision. I said about an hour ago, well, I'm popping on. I got time. Let's finish it. Thank you, Becky. So I will be back on my normal time tonight at 6 o'clock. Not sure what I'm doing. I'll see what I decide, whether I do that crown or do something spring or who knows. You know me. I change my mind all the time. Thank you, Justin. Thank you for coming in, darling. I appreciate it. And we need to talk. So when you get back for Miss Jim's, let me know. And we'll talk, darling. Thank you. And we need to go shopping. You need to move closer to me. I want to shop. So you guys have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see you all in a few hours, I hope. And we'll figure out. I always decide last minute what I'm going to do. Sometimes I don't know till about 20 minutes before I pop on what I'm doing. So, all right. I love you all and hope to see you later this evening. Bye-bye.